Hello, this is the Reading on the Rocks podcast. We are Kelsey,
Chandler,
and Morgan. We like to drink and read books and then talk about them. Welcome to the group chat.
welcome back, book besties, to another episode of Reading on the Rocks. In this episode, we're talking about the second half of Kiss of Iron by Clare Sager. We'll get into the recap here in a little bit, but let's talk about what we're drinking tonight. Kelsey, what do you got for a drink tonight?
I am sticking with good old H2O tonight. That's all I got.
Morgan?
You know, it is 10 o'clock on a Wednesday. And so I also have some water.
It is 11 o'clock on a Wednesday where I'm at, and I am drinking a Diet Coke.
I love it. I like how we all like telepathically tell each other that this is not a night to drink alcohol. It's never planned, and somehow we always get it right.
It was one of those episodes where we're recording late, and it's not a time for alcohol. We got kids to wrangle in the morning. We've got things to do, jobs to go to. It's just not a thing.
Forget it, man. It is not a vodka kind of night.
No. Okay, let's talk about Kiss of Iron. A little recap of what happened in the first half of the book. We meet Kat. She is a married highway woman who is in desperate need of money to save her estate. And all of a sudden she gets thrust into court life and palace life and living in the palace as a lady in waiting to this queen who is on the hunt for a husband. And so there's all these visiting, what do we call them? Dignitaries? Visiting, I guess, royal people from other countries and other realms. Realms?
Yeah.
Visiting royal people from other realms to marry this queen. And it's requested upon her to spy on the Dusk Fae people.
The Shadow.
The Dusk Fae Shadow. The Bastard of Tenenbaris or something. I think that's what he's called. I don't know.
Go to the T. I know that. I remember that much.
Yes. And that's kind of where we left off. She was spying and trying to save her estate. How do we feel about the second half?
I think it was a stark contrast to the first half. The first half, nothing really happened. It was super boring. She was pretty annoying with her badassery and then just completely fell off. The second half it felt like almost a completely different book for me. If I had rated just the first half of this book, it would have been 2 stars. And I probably would have DNF'd. Honestly, I probably would have DNF'd at like 25% of this book. But
it was rough going.
It was rough for a while. I do think it got definitely way, way better in the second half. She turned it around. She had a little pity party, but we see more of her trauma. And then she kind of is working her way out of it. And now we're at the end and we're going somewhere else. And I think it's going to expand more, hopefully. And we'll just get to see more stuff is happening for sure. And a lot of little surprise. Well, not a lot, but like some surprises happened in the second half of this book that I definitely wasn't expecting. So I think it was much better second half.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm a little excited for the second book.
Morgan, how are you feeling about the second half of the book?
Significantly better than the first half of the book. I also would have DNF'd this if it was not a book club book, without a doubt in my mind. It was still, I don't know, I just kind of find Kat annoying, and like her logic doesn't make very much sense to me. Like I know we haven't really gotten into this is what happened and kind of stuff, but she's tasked with poisoning the love interest, and then she like starts to like actually poison him, and then makes like a game time decision to not poison him like that. I'm like, you're not being the hero here, and I think that's what your role is, and I'm not sure what's going on, and I don't know. I'm kind of torn on it. Better than the first half, but I think the lead up into the second book was pretty significant, and I think the second book is going to, just like Kel said, I think there's going to be a lot of expansion in the world, and like I already opened the cover of it on Kindle, and it has like a map right up front, and I think there's improvement to be made. But
I love that phrase, game time decision.
game time
It
decision.
was. Now that I think about it, 'cause
though.
at first she was like, no, I'm not going to poison him. She said that to the spy master. And then she just turns around and she's just like, okay, I'm planning on poisoning him. And she almost does it. And then
like
she
fucking,
turns back
it doesn't make
around.
any sense to me. Like all of a sudden he doesn't want to be with her because she's married. Like, okay, well, whatever.
Fair.
I don't know about your fae stuff. And then like that like changes her mind, and she's like, well, okay, if he doesn't want to be with me, then I guess I have to kill him. Like, I don't think that's how that works, sister. And she just, I don't know. I expected more of her than that kind of thing. So.
And maybe
she doesn't want to be with me. I guess I have to kill him. That's like a serial killer statement.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know.
Just petty.
It's so weird.
Just petty.
I just feel like it made, I can't even pinpoint what it is exactly, but it feels like we're like led to these forks in the road, and then she takes a left turn, and it's like completely unplanned and completely, it just feels like, I don't know. It doesn't flow like I feel like it should.
Yeah.
So
I feel like she kind of makes a lot of these split-second decisions, and then her like trauma comes creeping back up, and she starts like questioning it, and then she goes back the other direction hard because she's like, trauma, but then she just makes split-second decisions like that. Like,
or like,
quite
you
a
know
lot.
what else kind of bothered me was when, what's her name? Avice? I think Avice.
Her sister, Avice.
Yeah.
She is like very definitely dead in the first half of the book. Yeah. Like there's not a question in anyone's mind. She's outright called dead. And then all of a sudden you're 60% of your way through the book. And all of a sudden nobody knows where her body is, which leads you to believe, no body, no crime. She's alive somewhere. And then 50 pages next, she's alive in the castle. Like that kind of stuff was just very,
Felt like no lead up, not little breadcrumbs, just kind of like barging at you right before it happens.
Right. I do want to know though, on the Avice subject line, now that I'm thinking about it. So her sister has her own duology, trilogy, whatever you want to call it. I want to know which was published first. Are we reading Kiss of Iron in publishing order, and then it goes to her sister's story? Or
I think it was her sister's story was first.
Ooh, really?
I think
we
it might have
fucked
been.
up to find out
what
publishing
has better
order.
Is, man, you hear Cal snoring? Baby, wake up.
Carl.
That's a dog.
Carl.
Oh, Carl.
We should clarify that is his dog.
Yeah,
That's
because you like reach forward like, oh, baby, wake up. And I was like, someone's going to think that's a dude.
Relax. Yeah. She just
Somebody's going to think that's your significant other.
Yeah. Wake up.
Although we all know that you would not wake up Timothy that nice.
I know. I've held his nose shut.
My mom listens to this podcast, Morgan.
That's okay. I'll tell Mickey outright. Mickey,
That's okay.
When your son snores like a lunatic, I don't think she can blame me. I'm not trying to kill him. I just want him to stop snoring.
Agreed. That's a great reason. I mean, I get it.
Yeah. Sophie gets it. I can hear him. I'm in the bedroom. He's asleep on the couch in the living room, and I can hear him snoring through the doors.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
100%.
next time you hold his nose, I need that recorded. in my life.
I haven't done it in a while because it really makes me feel bad. It's only when I'm at like my wit's end.
As his little sister, I need that recorded and in my life.
I'll get it to you ASAP.
There you go.
Thanks, buddy.
Yes.
Okay,
so
back to the series.
So Vice is her sister. That one was first. It was published in 2020. And A Kiss of Iron was in 2023. She did all of them since 2023. So, and
she did all of it in 23?
2023 Kiss of Iron since 2023. So 2023, 2024, she did this series, the Kiss of Iron series. And then Beneath Black Sails is her other series about Vice. And there's 4 books in it. I think one of them might be a novella, though.
Okay. So,
they're all full.
All agreed before we pressed record on this episode that we needed to read Vice's story after the intro that we got in Kiss of Iron. We all said we need to read this.
Yeah, because that's the enemies to lover that I need. They were talking about. I know,
that sounds good.
Stabbing, trying to stab each other. That's what I need.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's talk about theories that we talked about in the last episode that came that we maybe saw a little bit of in this part. We'll get to the fox because I have a big. Actually, let's do the fox now. Morgan, I told you so.
I know.
It's not bad shit.
I told you so.
Yeah.
I still don't know who it was.
It was that. It's the other redheaded fae. 100%. It's got to be the redheaded fae that saved her from the water.
I think it's Asher.
No, he would have fessed up.
I don't think it's Asher.
Snippet of.
I think it's the creepy redheaded fae that doesn't talk to her, that just saved her from the water.
Oh yeah.
That just stares at her.
Wasn't that a Dawn sister though? One of the twins?
Not one of the twins. It was just someone that was hanging out with the prince. Like they were just like behind the prince when the prince was talking to her in the hallway. She was trying to distract him or something like that.
It's still a Dawn person though.
Yeah, it's a Dawn person, but I don't think that they've ever talked. The redhead.
Maybe
I don't think that they've ever talked. Then. Yeah.
Okay.
So just like a Dawn vigilante?
Yeah, because the sisters or the twins are both sisters, I think.
Yeah.
The redheaded fae is a they, so I remember that much. I don't think they ever talk.
Yeah, and the sisters are described as having rose gold hair.
Yes. Okay, you're right.
Yeah. Anyway, so something's up with that redheaded fae because they save her from the water for no apparent reason.
Maybe that redheaded fae is Bastion's spy in Dawn Court. Maybe we got spies upon spies upon spies upon. Oh.
This seems to be that kind of story. Spies and spies on spies.
Yeah.
Every which way.
Did you guys see the channeling coming?
The changeling?
Changeling, yeah.
No.
No, I
did not see that.
That was that came out of left field for sure.
Yeah.
We did see the husband coming. That was insane.
Yeah.
That was an insane moment.
And my wife.
I know, you got me again there because I said it was going to come in later in the books, later in the series.
Yeah, but we all knew he was coming.
We all knew Robin would make an appearance.
Robin.
The thing about it is that is just like such as a woman in the 21st century, that is a wild thing to hear. Unhand my wife. You have to get permission to take her to the Fae realm to save her ass. Like,
hilarious.
Yeah.
That is
unhand my wife.
Unhand my wife. Yes, this book is definitely Regency romance coded. Because
it's fun. I like the.
It is fun, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a totally different tone than what I'm used to reading, which is kind of an experience in itself. But yeah, unhand my wife.
Morgan's gonna get into Regency romance.
Oh, I need her to get into Regency romance.
I'm not opposed.
No, what you need for her is to read Gold. Let's be honest.
Yeah, yes. I do need you to read.
Guys, eventually, perhaps, I have the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
I
books
know
on
you
my
do.
shelf right now.
Like I told you,
You need to
I
do
just
it.
need you to finish the second one, and if you still hate it, I won't. But it's serious. It's so close to Tog for me. It's
Really?
so close.
That's
Yes.
a crazy thing to say to me, Kelsey.
The whole series as a whole,
That's insane.
it's so close to Tog for
Dude,
me.
but she's
This-
such a little
Yeah, she's-
ribbon lady.
she's-
and then
she-
the dude has spikes in his face.
She
He
gets
has one
better.
amount of spikes, Kelsey. And then you
I know, but he can suck them back into her set.
I don't think you guys understand how often we talk about this in the group chat.
Yeah,
We
this
do
is
talk about this a
reoccurring
lot.
argument.
This is our 15th argument
know,
trying to
man.
get Morgan to read this series.
The
It's
Plated
just-
Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy. I have read
Love
the
it.
first 4. Kelsey just finished it.
Just finished Goldfinch, and I am obsessed. It's so close to Talk for me because after the first couple books, she starts branching out on POVs and the side romances. Oh, chef's kiss.
Really?
So beautiful, the side romances. Plus, Auren gets so much better. She gets so much better.
It's
I can
just
see
such a
the anxiety attack
commitment.
Morgan's about to have right now.
It is a commitment, but I just need you to finish the second book. And if you still
First
hate
one
it,
was so bad.
I
It was
know
so
it was.
bad. Oh my god!
I
I mean,
just need
eventually
to
I'll
finish
get there
the
because
second
you guys and I saw your star rating on Storygraph for Goldfinch, so
Yeah.
there's something to be
Did
said.
you 5-star it?
No. I don't 5-star things. It was 4.75.
Don't 5-star things. Okay.
I don't. I really don't.
You 5-starred Heart and Mercy.
I did 5-star Heart and Mercy
We love Heart.
because
Heart and Mercy's like fucking delicious, though.
because that's a story I'll think about until my dying breath.
I
Okay.
still think about it. I remember we read that months ago. I remember Heart and Mercy
Yes.
better than I remember this book,
Yes.
and we finished
Absolutely.
it yesterday.
True story. See, that's why it deserves 5 stars. I will be thinking about it every once in a while for the rest of my life. I love Heart and Mercy.
I love Heart and Mercy.
Back on topic. Kiss of Iron.
Back on topic. Okay.
After our brief segue. What other theories did we have? We had the fox, the husband.
I said that Bastion was spying on, or no, I said that Ella was spying on Kat.
Oh,
Cat.
yeah.
And there was,
There's
I missed the mark a little bit, but there's definitely some spies on top of spies.
yeah.
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 And Bastion
No
knew about-
confirmation on what's going on in Ella's life.
Yeah. Ella's an interesting character, but she wasn't aware of, so she's not, I mean, she can't be an agent on the inside because she wasn't aware of, what's his name? Cavendish's, alter persona, if you will.
Yeah.
Cavendish is a changeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I foresaw some serious betrayal, but I think Ella's safe now going into book 2.
I do want to see more Ella in this one. I do think she's a good character after we finish this book. I do want to see more Ella in book 2. But I'm nervous we're not going to because I feel like this book is going to be heavily presented in Tenenbaris, not her human realm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do really enjoy Asher, though. And I bet we
me
get to see a
too.
lot of him because the queen declined the marriage.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
came into her
because
powers.
She came
Yeah.
into power, so she didn't need to marry or whatever.
Good for her. We like a strong, independent woman
Get it, girl.
Like it.
who doesn't need no man.
Don't need no man.
Beautiful.
Are you guys happy with the character development of Kat in particular?
Yes.
I'm happy in the direction she's going, and hopefully she'll keep
What
growing.
Kelsey said. Yeah. I
Keep
do hope
breaking
that
free.
this little betrayal she's experiencing right now isn't like one step forward, 2 steps back for her. and her development. I'm hoping that she just continues to go forward through the betrayal that she experienced with Bastion, or what she thinks is betrayal.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing that annoyed me.
Yeah. I'm like, it's all a wash, girl. You were spying on him.
Yeah. Like, you fucking tried to kill him.
Literally. Like, just
You
forgive
can't
and
be
forget
mad at me
already.
knowing you were a spy. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, I will say, I do not like how guilty he feels about her taking the poison for him.
Just like
And
cringe.
is just pissed about his betrayal. I'm like, homegirl, you didn't betray you.
Why didn't you dump
betrayed
it out on the
yourself.
floor? Why did you have to drink it?
Exactly.
Because it would have been so terrible. Social suicide. It would have ruined the ceremony that was called off 10 minutes later.
It ruined the
Nobody
ceremony
wanted to be there.
anyways.
Yeah, just like little shit like that just didn't add up. And I know it's like it's a romance before it's anything else, but like kind of knock out, like, I don't know. Knock
You
out the
need
details,
some more
girl.
fantasy.
Huh?
You need the details. You need the details for the fantasy as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially one that has to deal with, because I mean the fate aspect is such a heavy contributor into the story. Like, just think it out a little bit more, I feel.
I do think we're going to get to see more of the magic system in this book.
Yeah, I think
Now that we're in the
book
Fae
two-
realm.
Book 2 will be better. I'm hoping.
Yeah,
agree.
I'm also, well, I think it'll be better for you, Morgan, and me probably too, because it's back and forth between Kat and Bastion for all of book 2. So
Yeah,
we
the
won't
first chapter is
see
Bastion.
we won't see so much of Kat. Maybe we'll learn more, and less Kat would be a good thing for book 2. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, then the end of book 1, we got to some new characters, Rose, and I can't remember the other guy's name. I don't remember much from book 2, but I do remember Rose as a frequent flyer in character in the storyline. I remember that I saw her name a lot. And if I'm being really honest with you guys, that's all I remember from book 2.
That's okay.
It's okay.
That they're in the
We're
Fae
together.
realm and that Rose is there. But I did read this about 2 years ago, so
There you go.
What kind of icks do you guys have?
I guess my only ick is what we talked about already. The whole Regency. I love Regency novels, but I feel like Bridgerton, as much of a Regency as it is, the women are also strong, independent women, and this is like you're not allowed to be a strong, independent woman in this book at all, and I think that just throws me off because I want strong women who don't take no shit from any man.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, to play the devil's advocate a little bit, I think that's more representative of the actual time, but it just doesn't read very well. I feel.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and I think if I had known going into it that it was like Regency romance coded, I probably would have been more open to whatever it is. But I was just like getting glimpses of it. I was like, is this based on a Regency romance through the entire thing? And it was just throwing me out of the actual story that was happening. But yeah, same. I didn't think of any other icks.
Yeah. Morgan, did you have any icks?
I mean, not really. Just the little, and they're not even really icks. They're just like the left turns out of nowhere, and like I think the crumb trails was a good way to explain it. Like, there was no crumbs. It was just like shit exploding in front of you and you wondering how we got here.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. It's not really an ick, but that's kind of all I took from it. So
Yeah. I guess we should talk about the Cavendish / not Cavendish
oh yeah, whoopsie.
person. So Cavendish ends up being a changeling. Yeah, I think we said that. But he's the gardener boy. he is a changeling and he was the gardener boy, and then he was pretending to be Cavendish in the castle. And turns out it was him the whole time. So I don't. Did we really find out anything like why he was doing this? Why he wanted to kill Bastion? No, not really.
No, not really. I'd assume it was just like a hitman kind of operation, because we
Yeah,
don't even
maybe.
know, we don't know who he worked for, we don't know how he got there. We know that he killed the gardener and took his form,
Yeah,
and then weaseled his way into the court while keeping the real spy master alive. But we don't
yeah,
know. I mean, it's kind of hinted at that it's Dawn, but who knows,
yeah.
honestly.
I also wonder because there was Ella and then Serene were the other spies that she knew about. So who was actually working for Cavendish and who was working for fake Cavendish?
Mm.
I
Ooh,
don't
that's a good
Well,
know.
Ella
that's a
had to have
good
been working
question.
for fake
The
Cavendish.
fake one because he like attacked her
Yeah.
the same as. But I
Well,
don't
but
know. Maybe.
Serene, she was like his little dog. Like he'd say, "Go get Cat for me."
Yeah. But then I
So she,
wonder if like fake Cavendish was just happened to like be in there and then use Serene. So is Serene working for real Cavendish and fake Cavendish, but she doesn't know that it's a fake? I don't know. It's very confusing. It seems weird that he would have so
Yeah.
many spies inside that haven't figured out that he's a fake, because they would have seen Cavendish a lot more
yeah, and
than
he's.
Kat has.
It sounds like he's a pretty new to the operation, because he killed, like when they dug up the body, it was only a couple months old or something like that.
Yeah. And it
So
seemed like
maybe we're
Serene
looking too
was
far
there
into
for a
it, but
long time. I don't know.
yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
I see what you mean. Like how are you going to have that much time to set up this web of
Yeah.
operation?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
You know what I just learned?
Tell us.
What?
I need to read author notes more often.
I did. I saw something about the office note.
I
Speaking
was
of that.
okay. So I pulled up my Kindle to get my quote because I felt like we were getting ready to quote it up, and then you guys started talking about Cavendish, but I was over here reading the author's note, and something caught my eye, and that's why I kept reading. But it says straight up, "This was something of a roller coaster, I'll admit." So she knows that it's a roller coaster and that there's a lot of things going on. And then she also says that she never intended this to be a book or a series about female rage. But it's
Oh.
December 2022 when I write this, and here we are.
Oh, that's fun. That's
Yeah,
in her
so
postscript.
she's writing about how she wrote the previous and like how she kind of came up with it. Like she wanted this to be lighter, but in light of everything that was going on in the world, she's in her female rage era when she writes this pretty much.
Okay. I'm
I
into it.
did. I did weirdly. I did happen to read the author note also at the end, and she does mention what I. Well, one, I find it interesting that she was trying to go lighter, and then she kind of went a little darker
Yeah.
in some areas. Though, I mean, we haven't read the other one, so maybe the other one's super dark. But she did say the cat is all deep in rage and fear, and she had given the book to her beta readers expecting someone to ask her why Kat didn't tell anyone about her uncle and about Cavendish, and no one asked her because they all understood it. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, that's deep and troubling and very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just skimmed over that part too. Awesome. All right,
Do we get
Claire
to see
Sager, just
angry
breaking
cat
people's
then? Hopefully.
hearts.
Maybe we'll get super female rage.
Yeah.
I
Love
love
female
a good
Building.
rage.
female rage.
Yes. Any other scenes, quotes? I don't have a quote. I was just reading for the vibes in the second half, apparently.
I highlighted. I don't even know
Oh,
what context this is in. So
I did highlight in the epilogue when Bastion gets help for Kat in Tenebraris, and it's switching over to Loomis as he's requesting the help from the healer, and she's like, I don't have to help you because it's not Tenebraris right now. It's Loomis, and you're not in charge, and that kind of shit. He made a bargain with her, and he says her smile said, I'd regret the bargain. And I'm very interested to know how he is going to regret the bargain in the future.
I want to know, that reminded me when I read that he did something to get her out of the kingdom.
How he got her out. Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Because they said that you need to have permission from
her husband, the queen, and like one other person too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did he do to...
Yeah, we just kind of skipped over that.
I wonder if there's another bargain in place and he's just racking up some debt.
Yeah. There'll be some intense
The only
shit.
thing, if we're going back to quotes, the only thing I highlighted in the whole second half of the book was, shut your fucking mouth, Robin.
That's a beautiful quote.
That's a beautiful quote.
It's beautiful.
My favorite part about reading this is we don't talk about the book a lot in our group chat. We mainly just say finished or where we're at, and so we can set up the record because we want everything to be genuine for our listeners or the people watching. And my favorite thing is Morgan texted me separately outside of our group chat to talk about these quotes. And I was like, dude, Kelsey finished. Why are you texting? Why are you just texting me about this?
Because I still had spoilers guilt from spoiling that one little thing in Quicksilver. I'm like, I'm not taking any chances.
Do you know how often I text Kelsey separately?
I bet it happens all the time because I'm so slow. I get it. Has to happen.
It hasn't happened in a while.
But no, it hasn't. You've been pretty up.
Yeah. I will text Kelsey and be like, dude, this is some wild shit.
I missed the Kelsey finished. I saw your finish. And then the whole unhand my wife just was hilarious. And I'm like, I have to address it with someone. So
it was hilarious.
That was a good one.
My wife.
Unhand my wife.
Yeah.
About to fuck each other in the hallway.
Yeah. But then like the image she painted of Robin was just like this gross fucking dude with like dangly gobbler skin and graying all over the place and just like a gross old guy. Oh, my wife.
So great. Do you have anything highlighted, Chan?
Again?
Probably.
No. I bet you we will.
Okay.
Because he's her husband.
They gotta break that contract somehow.
Oh, I did highlight something else in chapter 45. Let me go back to it. How do I go back? Oh. She was like looking for, I don't know. Apparently there was this note in Bastion's orrery or whatever, and she never gave the note back to him. And the note was covered in, she said it was covered in nonsense, random letters, rows upon rows of them. And the letters were A, G, P, E, V, V, H, G, U, I, L, V. And I just want to know what those letters mean.
I need to know.
That's what those letters mean.
That's what I want to know in my life right now.
Is it still in her room?
I would assume so. I think so because she poisoned herself and she was like on her deathbed and she couldn't have gone and get it unless Bastion did some snooping while she was on her deathbed. Although I wouldn't put it above Bastion not to snoop while she's on her deathbed, if I'm being fully honest.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
To be fair,
strange. I don't know what to expect.
I would also snoop if I were in Bastion's shoes.
Yeah, maybe a little. All right,
I'd snoop a lot.
All right. Should we rate?
All right.
Yeah, let's rate.
Let's rate it.
Chan, you first, because you're probably the highest.
No, I went 4 stars.
4.
I feel like the storyline, I feel like Kat's character development is a little slow, and the storyline did take immediate left turn during the second half. And I wish the first half would have been a little bit faster, I would say. But I liked all the characters. I liked the direction in which it's going right now. It's probably not going to be one of my top recommend books that I would sit there and tell everybody and their mother to read. But I did think it was a good read. I mean, as my second time reading it, I'd definitely read it again. I'm excited I will finish the series. Whether or not we finish it for the podcast, I will finish the series. So now that it's complete, it's on my list.
Finish it, don't we?
Yes.
That feels...
Well, yeah. If we're going to read the second one, we might as well read the third.
What'd you do, Kels?
So on Storygraph, I also rated it 4 stars, but that's because I rounded up. I give this a 3.8.
Well,
First half of the book, 2 stars. Second half of the book went up to 3.8.
3.8 final rating?
3.8 is final rating. I will make it less than Quicksilver. Quicksilver barely edged it out, to be honest.
I love
for
Quicksilver.
Me.
Same.
I know. I'm just such a Quicksilver hater. I think I read it with hate in my heart or something.
You went into it.
I just
Joe
went into
being
it.
Just an asshole.
Just ready to hate it.
Ready to
I don't know. I think it's because it was so hyped that like I just have to put on like focus goggles when things are like overly hyped like
we gotta
that.
knock this guy down a peg.
Yeah. Wasn't that great? So yeah, I definitely like the second half of this book. There was turns I didn't see coming, and so yeah. But the first half was still pretty not great. So 3.8. I hope it gets better.
Morgan, where are you sitting? Somewhere in the middle.
No, I went 3 flat.
Damn.
Yeah.
She just hates Kat.
I just don't freaking like her. That really doesn't help. I don't think her brain doesn't make sense to me. She doesn't have... I don't know. She's just like annoying. She's just annoying. And I have a lot of high hopes in the beginning, like this highway woman that rides a freaking saber-toothed cat. That's so cool. She's robbing people on the highways all the time. I went into it after reading, like, I don't know, I feel like the setup was immaculate. I was so stoked. And then I just immediately plummeted into what's going on here. I also I'm not the biggest fan of Bastion. He's just kind of there for me. There's nothing real special to him for me. I don't know. I'm hopeful in the second book that it'll be better because I can sense that it's going to get better with the broadening of the world and all of that jazz. But yeah, 3 flat is what I went.
Well, there you go.
Alrighty.
All right, so we are going to continue with the second book, which the second book is Touch of Poison. And we're going to read through chapter 45 of that one. Much longer book. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see what we do with our lives.
Okay. Thanks for listening. See ya next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. If you liked our ramblings, please tune in next week and follow us on social media. Book recs and drink recs are always welcome. Until next time.